Bartolo Colon so good in game one. Atlanta with Maddox and Glavine always dangerous. They were dangerous taking 2 in Houston as that series will go back to Atlanta. The other series, the Cardinals and Diamondbacks, one of the better opening games in at least division series history last night, with Matt Morris being outpitched by Curt Schilling, who was tremendous, going all 9, allowing no runs in a 1-0 victory. But then Randy Johnson lost today. Here's a shot into deep right center field. That's gone. Terrence Long, his second of the night, and it's 4-1 Oakland here in the 8th. Terrence Long with 2 home runs. He hit 12 during the regular season. Sterling Hitchcock ends up going 3+ innings, allowing 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 home runs, 1 to Giambi, 1 to Terrence Long. And now Jay Witasic, who the Yankees got midseason from San Diego, takes over. 3-0 with the Yankees as pitch 1 is a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for ball 1 to Ramon Hernandez. Hernandez, Menechino, and Damon at least for the rest of this 8th inning. A little more breathing room for that Oakland bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talked a little bit earlier about the A's and the decisions that they had to make after that start they had, falling deep into a hole in the American League's Western Division. As Hernandez get out of the way of that pitch, sweeping a 3-game series at Arizona just before the All-Star break, I think solidified for the A's that they had a legitimate chance to get back to the postseason. And so instead of subtracting from their team, they added to it. Art Howe has done a terrific job at guiding this team to a 102-win season. Here comes a 3-1 pitch to Hernandez. Full count. What a rip.
Joe, I remember we were talking during the All-Star game, and we were talking about where Jason Giambi might end up by the trading deadline on July 31st. That was the All-Star game from Seattle. And we also noted that the Diamondbacks were beaten 3 in a row by the Athletics. Oakland's pitching gave up 1 run in 3 games. I remember your comment at the game. You said, who are they facing? Bob Brenly made a comment saying, who are we facing? Sandy Koufax?
Here's a 3-2. Hernandez floats one down the right field line. It's foul. May not be Sandy Koufax, but you look at this A's rotation, and they love it 1 through 4, and they have them lined up the way Art Howe wants them. He picked Mulder for tonight. That was the right decision. He has Hudson going in game 2 instead of Zito. And there's Zito. He'll work game 3 back in Oakland.
Barry Zito, the winner of the only athletic game here at Yankee Stadium last year.
The 3-2. That's a walk. Chance for a bunt. Yep. Showing it, pulling back from strike 1.
Particularly the way that Johnny Damon has swung the bat. Damon 3 for 3. He's been on base 4 times, and he's the on-deck batter. So a bunt in this situation makes all the sense in the world. Something you don't see as often in the American League, because obviously there's a DH, no pitcher hitting. You don't see as many sacrifices.
So not showing the bunt here, and the count 2-1. So the Yankees don't know what they're going to do.
Now you can hit and run on this count, the ideal count on which to do that, 2-1. The problem is Witasic is wild. One of the prerequisites to hitting and running, you want a pitcher that's around the strike zone, primarily that keeps the ball down.
That's down the right field line, slicing, and it's foul. So a 2-2 count. Brocious will back up a couple of steps. And Menechino digs back in. Brocious back at a normal depth now. Shortened up a little, hoping for the ground ball for a double play. Hernandez at first with nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Slow roller to short. Jeter flips for the only out. For a guy that has that much ability. 1 ball, no strikes on Damon.
Randy Johnson with 372 strikeouts this year. Trying to back it up with that terrific performance by Schilling last night. 1-0 shutout over the Cardinals. The 2-run home run by Albert Pujols put the Cardinals on the board. What a year that young man had. And Joe, you had the pleasure of seeing him play most of those games.
37 home runs, 1 short of the National League record. A part of a victory in the first week of the season when the Cardinals beat Randy Johnson out in Arizona. Cardinals beat Randy Johnson 3 times this season.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Damon with a runner at first, and that's Menechino who draws a throw. Frank doesn't run a ton. He stole only 2 bases this season.
This might be the easiest Rookie of the Year voting in recent memory. Pujols in the National League, Ichiro in the American League. It's a laydown, as they say in bridge.
Here's a 1-1. Good pitch. Strike 2. First career playoff games for these two. Johnny Damon been on base 4 times tonight. Alfonso Soriano 2 hits, 1 stolen base, and the only run scored tonight for the Yankees. One ball, 2 strikes. That's past Tino Martinez into right. Menechino will go to third. Damon on at first with his 4th hit plus the walk. And a high fastball for strike 1.
A lot of baseball people talk about opportunities to run, and in my mind this is a hole sign for the runner at first base. I don't think it's a good running situation, even though Damon may make it. It's not worth the risk.
Step to third, look to first move.
Chances of doubling up Tejada are remote. Then you have Giambi on deck. If Tejada makes an out, then you walk Giambi to get to die. To me, all things point to not running here.
One ball, 1 strike on Tejada. And the other obvious risk, if you lose Damon on the bases,
right,
2 outs, makes the RBI opportunity much tougher for Tejada.
Right.
Already leading by 3. 4-1 here in the top of the 8th. That's into left field and will get the run home. Both runners tag. Menechino advances to the plate, and it's 5-1 Oakland here in the 8th inning on a sac fly by Tejada. And gone so quickly. A pop-up, shallow left center. Knobloch ends the inning. Terrene Long has had a big night. He homered in the 4th. He homered in the 8th. It has been a 3-home run night for Oakland. As we go to the bottom of the 8th at Yankee Stadium, 5-1 A's.